All right, well, joining us now is, let's see, Third Mutual. We've got Mike Strazuso. Now, I guess we were just looking at some of the information and talking points from your meeting, and there's a lot going on right now.
Yes, sir, there is a lot going on. I'd like to start by saying people stop me and tell me, your meetings are so boring.
Yeah?
I said, good, we've succeeded. It's a business meeting, and if you were expecting entertainment, it's the wrong venue. We go through the agenda, we do it in an orderly fashion, and we keep the rhetoric to a minimum. And for a business meeting, it ain't bad.
Yeah. I know people from just all over the city will come in and they'll have specific items that they request to talk about and specific agenda that they want. But I guess you've got your own order that you would like to go through and discuss topics.
We have an agenda. Our agenda is 4 pages long. We got through our agenda in 2 hours and 15 minutes yesterday. Last month we got through it in 2 hours and 3 minutes. Again, it's not entertainment, it's a business meeting. We keep it to business, and it would be nice if people came and asked questions. Let's see, last month we had 3 people in the audience. This month we had 1 person in the audience. I'm sorry, we had 2, and only 1 of them got up and spoke during open forum. And it's hard to interact without an audience. What attracts an audience? Controversy. Maybe we don't have too much controversy going on in Third Mutual. It is what it is. We have passed a new resolution to make our board meetings maybe even more boring. Robert's Rules of Order dictates that if you're a large group over 12 or more, you operate with a different set of rules than if you are fewer than 12. And our new Third Mutual board operating rules, which I have given you an outline of, takes up several issues: attendance, agendas. That has become a bit of a controversy in that our agenda preparation traditionally has been a board meeting, and all 11 of us sit down and hash over what to put on the agenda. Well, over 90% of the agenda, over 95% of the agenda is the result of committee meetings. And those minutes from those committee meetings are provided to the corporate secretary, who in turn puts them on the agenda for the general meeting. And maybe 5% of the agenda is modified during that agenda meeting. We attend so many meetings. It's incredible. Easily minimum of 10 meetings a month, could be as many as 20 meetings a month. And our attorney said we can eliminate the agenda meeting. The president and the corporate secretary sit down, go over the corporate secretary's preparation, and he adds or modifies whatever he deems is appropriate. However, any board member within, I'm not within, but by 1 week ahead of that agenda preparation may submit to the corporate secretary or the president any item they want to put on the agenda. It's a change. Oh my God, it's a change. It's worked for 40 years. Why do we want to change it now? Another issue, because of Robert's rules with the small group versus large group, we have traditionally observed the large group protocol, which in a large group, the presiding officer is to remain impartial. The second duty of the presiding officer is to protect the rights of the minority and invoke the rights of the majority. Well, to remain impartial, you are conducting the meeting. You are not participating, you, the presiding officer. And our astute attorney has turned that around and said, but in a small group, the presiding officer may participate in the debate. That's a major change. The presiding officer may put forth a motion, but if he does so, he must yield the gavel. That's no problem. Instead of putting forth a motion, my practice is to suggest the chair suggests that a motion to do thus and so be brought forward.
So if someone else produces the motion, then you remain...
I remain at arm's length, yes. And there are so many procedures, and the board is getting used to it. When you speak on a motion, you declare whether you're speaking in favor of it or against it, and you're not giving a lecture or reading a commentary. Board meetings is one issue. It's amazing how the agenda and the chair's procedures have been adjusted. It's a change, yes. I don't think any of us too old to incorporate changes at this stage. And it will work. In addition to that, we had several items. A motion to adopt a heat source replacement policy. There's an issue about the radiant heating that was installed in the space above the ceiling in our living room. And it's not very efficient, it's very expensive, so the majority of residents have disconnected those.
Is this a gas heater or electric heater?
Radiant, it is electric.
Okay.
Okay. And they're putting in wall units, and the controversy is, what is the board's responsibility? And because it's a gray area, we're codifying it. Again, we're codifying the meeting rules, we're codifying the heat source. A lively discussion came about carbon monoxide alarms. And the fire authority has a flyer on them. The flyer's available. It is directed at those who have gas. And it's a common conception that we are an all-electric community. Well, there are a handful of exceptions. The last buildings that were built have gas. So out of 12,700, I think we have somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 that have gas.
And that's all?
That's
of
all. Yes.
That use gas, okay. And with carbon monoxide alarm, if it's an electric home, it does no good?
Well, we don't produce the carbon monoxide in an all-electric that you would in a gas, or if you have a fireplace, or if you have an enclosed garage. Those are the areas: fireplace, gas, enclosed garage.
What legally, and as of 2013, there were legal rules about homes having to have certain alarms. Did that not qualify?
I think you're using a term legally. I'm not an attorney.
Me either.
Okay. It is my understanding, couch your words, Mike, it's my understanding that it applies in a mandatory sense, gas, fireplaces, enclosed garages. The flyer gives you that detail. I meant to bring one with me, and I didn't, so I apologize.
Okay.
But it was an issue yesterday, covered quite thoroughly by Denny Welsh, who put the item on the agenda and had the flyer, gave it to each of the directors, and it has a phone number. For more information, call. And it's the fire authority. Okay?
Okay.
Denny is just an absolute dynamo. Denny sees a problem, contacts staff, works on the problem, and usually comes back with a new set of rules. And we get a lot of complaints about the lack of traffic rules, although a lot of people think we enforce too many traffic rules. Stop signs being one of them. That isn't necessary. Well, it is the rule. And we have reviewed the Third Mutual traffic rules, applies primarily to cul-de-sacs. The streets are the purview of GRF, the cul-de-sacs the purview of Third Mutual. And we've revised a 22-page traffic rules document. I'm sure people are excited about revising our traffic rules.
I guess my one question then is, you just say that 99% of Laguna Woods don't use gas. It's like that high. It's all electric.
It sounds like new information to you, and most everything is new information.
Yeah. Well,
and
but
yes, remarkable as it seems.
But they still legally, you don't know, are they required to have the special carbon monoxide alarm?
Johnny, you did it again, that killer word,
I
legally.
Guess, but that's the basic question, I guess, of the whole discussion is is it really something to be concerned about, or is it a legal law that we have to make?
Yes and yes, but the law is confined to those with gas, fireplaces, and closed garages.
Yeah.
Okay? So it affects a very small amount of us. They can be purchased, I understand, for as little as $20 and as high as $200 or $300. If you are concerned, I am not a lawyer. I am not quoting what the law says. If you are concerned, get more information, and you can purchase one.
I think, I like the basic common sense approach. because it does seem, I hadn't heard much about carbon monoxide in the last few years anyway. It seemed like years ago it was a big deal, but it hasn't been mentioned much. But I guess that's the thing, is if you are concerned, and if you are legally required, then it's something to pursue, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. There's always so much going on. It's always good to hear about.
It is, and we're doing our best to keep it going. As boring as it may seem, I hesitate to emphasize the boring, but
Okay. Well, that meeting will be replayed. It's on the screen there. It's be replayed on the 17th at 1:30 in the afternoon, and then again next week, the 23rd at 6 p.m. at night.
thank
Okay.
you.
Hey, thank you. Hey, coming up, we've got more news, and we're going to have a couple more interviews that are really interesting that you'll enjoy. So stay tuned for more Channel 6 news.